pushing through, Brandon Montour. Monty, a tough angle, he scores! Brandon Montour wins it in overtime. Right in, the pass for Stevenson, he scores! That's hockey, baby! McMahon will kick it to his stick and score! Hey, what do you say? Once again, it's Bobby McMahon!
The Kraken are grinding through a 6-game road trip against some of the toughest teams in the NHL. It hasn't been easy, but nothing is this time of year as teams fight for a playoff spot. The Kraken are one of 5 teams vying for that final spot in the West. Welcome to kraken-home-ice. In this week's episode, it's 1,000 games for Adam Larsson. His teammates talk about what makes the defender so dependable. Plus, the Kraken are heading to Finland, what this opportunity means to the Finnish players. And Freddie Gaudreau's nephew, Noah, didn't just change his perspective, he changed everything. How their bond redefined what it means to win.
The Kraken wrap up the week in Buffalo against the first-place Sabres. Chandler Stevenson gets Seattle on the board in the first period. He snaps at home for a 1-0 lead. The Kraken make it 2-0 midway through the second. Great effort by Bobby McMahon. He fights off the defender and buries it for his 7th goal since coming to Seattle. The Sabres rally to tie it, and after overtime and a shootout, Jack Quinn scores the winning goal. The Kraken pick up a point in the 3-2 shootout loss.
Thursday night, the Kraken faced Tampa. Big game for Brandon Montour. Nice pass from Freddie Gaudreau, and Montour scores. The Kraken go up 3-1 early in the second. Bobby McMahon crowds the goal, and he's right there to knock in the puck for a 3-1 lead. The Lightning rally to tie, so they go to overtime. Keep an eye on Montour in the corner. He holds the puck and then fires a no-look shot that fools the goalie. Here it is again. Montour looks up ice, doesn't look at the goal, and slings it home for the game winner. The Kraken pick up a huge 2 points, winning 4-3 in overtime.
We're gonna find a way, guys. All right, a lot of moving parts. Just gutsy win all around. Gutsy win all around. We found a way. Okay, got to keep doing that. So well done. Get your rest here tonight, and we'll move from here. But it's a really good win. Everybody contributed. Well done.
The Kraken started the week off on the road against the Florida Panthers. With 7.5 minutes left and the Kraken down 4-1, they finished strong. Matty Beniers cuts in front and scores to cut the lead to 4-2. Huge play here. Jordan Eberle steals the puck, takes off on a breakaway. He scores to cut the lead to 4-3 with 3.5 left. Then, just 14 seconds later, Bobby McMahon steals the puck. He hits the gas and gets loose to snap it home and tie the game. They play through overtime and into a shootout. That's where the Panthers prevail. They beat the Kraken 5-4. The Kraken are headed to Finland. For the first time in franchise history, the team is taking its game overseas to play 2 regular season games in Helsinki. As part of the 2026 NHL Global Series, the Kraken will play on November 12th and 14th, both games against the Carolina Hurricanes. It's a very exciting announcement, especially for the Kraken fans.
First time there for me with the playing here, so it's gonna be nice. Play in front of my family and friends, so it's always nice to go back there.
It's gonna be really cool. Something I dream of playing in an NHL game in Finland. Have family, friends over there. Be able to play in Helsinki too. It's spiritual.
The Kraken and Hurricanes will each get a designated home game during the series. The team is putting together travel packages so Kraken fans can also make the trip.
We believe there'll be a huge group that will want to come and not only have a chance to go to Helsinki in Finland, which has been rated 9 years in a row the happiest place to live on Earth, but to join us for hockey festivities, time with the Kraken, and all the things that Finland has to offer.
Next on kraken-home-ice, the players talk who's best dressed this season and whose closet they'd like to steal. Plus, we're talking to head coach Lane Lambert about the road trip and the big playoff push.
There's an excitement around this time of the year to be in the race
We talked about that right from day one.
With the Kraken on this 6-game trip, we caught up with head coach Lane Lambert on the road. We talked to him about the players embracing the challenge of this road trip and the keys to being successful.
We're in a race here, playoff race. It's an exciting time of the year. Clearly, we have tough opponents on the road here. We know that. But there's an excitement around this time of the year to be in the race. We talked about that right from day one. When I was asked what the goal was at the start of the year, it was to at least be in the playoff conversation by this time of the year and have meaningful games, and that's what we do have right now. Which is really good for our young group to gain that experience in these types of situations, in these types of games, and as we go forward here, we need to put some wins together so that we can get to the real dance. But right now, there's an excitement around where we're at and what these games mean.
Hey Coach, this is the time of year when veteran leadership can be key. Jordan Eberle recently signed his contract extension. What kind of leadership skills does he have?
Ebbs has a big impact on our hockey team, obviously. He's our captain.
It's a breakaway for Jordan Eberle, who's in, he scores!
And has been leading the way here since the break. We haven't had as great a performances overall as we've wanted to have since we came off of that Olympic break, but certainly he's been a guy who's been leading the way, putting up numbers, putting up points, and I think that again, he's more of a leader by example kind of guy. And again, our team, our young players, some of our veterans as well, see that type of performance in the preparation he's been putting in and has put in all year, and certainly over the summer when he had that horrific injury last year. So real big impact for us as our leader.
Coach, this is a tough road trip. We know it. You're playing teams the caliber of two-time defending champion Florida. You got the Lightning and the Sabres, two teams battling for first place in their division. When you play teams like that, how much can your own players gauge their own level of talent against that type of skill?
Well, I think it's always a bit of a measuring stick, I guess, so to speak, when you're playing the two-time Stanley Cup champions. Certainly, they've been decimated this year by injuries, but the way they play the game, the certain things that they do, that's sort of in their pedigree, and that's something that we're trying to get to. It's no different with Tampa as well. They've won Stanley Cups, and we get to gauge ourselves against them. But not only do we do that, there's certain ways in certain areas in the game that we can take from them moving forward for our hockey team.
Okay, let's take you off the ice now. You had a little time down there in Florida between games, and I know how much you like to play golf. Did you get a chance to get out on the course?
No, I did not. I always feel like at this time of the year, and certainly in a playoff race like we're in, there will be plenty of time for golfing here in a month or two. So I did not. That doesn't mean and doesn't and not to say that I've never gone golfing on the road, because I certainly do sometimes. It's good to get away and get your mind out of it.
Well, when you get a chance to get out there and play some golf, who do you usually play with? Is it coaches, players, staff, or do you wind up going solo?
When and if I ever go on the road, it's usually a coaching staff kind of thing. Get together, little camaraderie, and just enjoy the day together. Chris Taylor's pretty good, so is Aaron Schneekloth. We have some pretty good games, or did at the beginning of the year before, training camp started or the season started. So, there's some competition there for sure.
The players have gotten to show off their unique styles this season through their pregame fits. In this week's shootout, we asked the players who has the best style and whose closet they'd like to steal.
Tolby's got some good style. Monty's got good style. Matty's got a couple nice jackets, though. I'd probably steal one of his.
Best style? I kind of like Tolby. Got that European style. Maybe Monty's.
I gotta go with Tolby too. And I would steal from Lars.
Ooh, probably Chandler or Monty. Best style and closet?
Need to look around here. Lars.
I like Monty's style, and I would take his closet probably.
I think Tolvi's outfit's can be, pretty unique. I don't know if I could personally wear it, but seems like he puts effort into it, and he pulls it off. He looks pretty good.
Freddie Gaudreau is the player he is today because of the people around him, especially his nephew Noah. Ahead on kraken-home-ice, how Freddie makes a lasting impact in his community.
Differences are beautiful in every single way, and we have so much more to learn from each other, and we just have to be open versus scared of the unknown.
Freddie Gaudreau has given back to the communities he's been a part of throughout his hockey career, and it's no different here in Seattle. Early on, his perspective was changed by his nephew Noah. Piper Shaw tells the story of Freddie, Noah, and the bond that redefined what it means to win.
In life, as in hockey, there are moments that remind us we all have the chance to make an impact.
Slowly, 89 approaches and scores a beautiful goal. And the Kraken strike first.
And that the things that make us different are often the very things that make a team and our world stronger. For Freddie Gaudreau, that realization came when his sister, Carol Ann, welcomed her first child.
My godson, my nephew, Noah, was born with Down syndrome. He's 9 years old already. From that moment on, there's things that switched in my mind.
And as he rose in his career as a professional hockey player, he realized he could elevate more than his team. He could use that platform to uplift others like his nephew.
I realized, I am on a platform in some ways just from being in a professional sport, and it felt important to me from that to use that platform while I'm in it.
Freddie hoped to make a difference in Noah's life, but along the way, Noah would change his.
And number 89, Freddie Gaudreau!
That work began where the most meaningful change often does, with family.
And when that happened, there's a part of me and my whole family that was kind of lost and didn't really know how to handle that because it was brand new. New things sometimes they make you feel insecure, and I'm not really sure, but quickly we realized that it was a blessing, that he was a blessing. Differences are beautiful in every single way, and that we have so much more to learn from each other, and we just have to be open versus scared of the unknown and scared of not getting close with people that are different. So with time it just kind of clicked in my head.
While his brother-in-law launched an annual ultra-marathon fundraiser in Noah's honor, Freddie took their mission inside the locker room.
Started with a little bit of things on social media, a little post, got my teammates in the past couple of years involved too with an event on March 21st, which is the World Down Syndrome Global Day basically. It's like the Mismatched Socks Day. It's a cool event. We did it as street clothes before, and then we did the practice mismatched socks, and that was just a cool way to get people to ask questions about it.
That commitment led Freddie to organizations like the Down Syndrome Association of Minnesota and Best Buddies, a program that creates friendships, connection, and opportunity for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
We went to the gala back in the days in Tennessee, fell in love with the idea. We left the gala with our heart completely open, and we thought it was the most beautiful idea.
And wherever hockey has taken them, the Gaudreaus have carried their mission along, from Nashville to Minnesota, and now here in Seattle.
So when Freddie moved to Seattle is when we connected. Fred and Kirsten came over to visit the center and meet some of the families back in July of last year.
We reached out right away to the Down Syndrome Center of Puget Sound when we got here, which was awesome. We went to meet the people there. They do a great job. They're dedicated people.
Yes! Look at that. Freddie, you're doing great. Freddie believes in those, in our mission and the fact that every single person needs to be given those opportunities. So it's been a great partnership. And I'm proud to say that he didn't just put the stamp of approval on us just because we are a Down syndrome organization. He actually came to learn about what we do. He met the families, he talked to the families. They spent quite a few hours here at the center, and it was just magical.
Through simple things like socks, presents, and his voice, Freddie shares a message that teams, on ice and in life, are stronger when everyone belongs.
To open a window about what it means to be pro-inclusion and why it's important to be pro-inclusion and why this society is a way more beautiful society when we embrace differences and when we get to learn from each other that way. And so it was important for me, it was important for my whole family, for my wife.
It's a lesson Gaudreau didn't learn from the rink.
Forward, Winterton broken up, a steal, Gaudreau, he scores! Freddie Gaudreau!
But from a little boy who changed the way he sees the world.
From Noah, I've learned so much more from Noah that you will ever learn from me.
The Kraken are supporting Ryan Winterton and his family right now after the loss of his older brother, Jacob. Jacob passed away at the age of 25 after a battle with cancer. Ryan shared a message on Instagram. "I lost my best friend. You weren't just someone I loved, you were someone I looked up to, someone who guided me, believed in me, and helped shape the person I am today. Watching you fight so hard and still having to say goodbye is a pain that never really fades. I'll miss your voice, your advice, and the way you made everything feel a little less heavy." Ryan is taking a temporary leave of absence. We'll be right back. Tuesday, Adam Larsson played in his 1,000th NHL game. To celebrate the big milestone, his teammates dressed for the occasion by showing up pregame wearing matching t-shirts. They were also asked to describe Lars in one word.
Funny. Cat.
Classy.
Is efficient. The man.
That's 2 words.
Man.
Cat. I'll say fun.
10.
Boys. Funny.
Stud.
Viking.
Funny. Beauty.
Goofball.
Legend.
On his road to 1,000 games, Larsson has played in all but one game in Kraken history. He missed that one for the birth of his child. His teammates describe him as a dedicated, dependable defender. They share more about what defines the Big Cat.
Adam's he's one of those guys that you like to have on your team and hate to play against.
Greeted in a hard way by Adam Larsson.
You know, he's a guy that when we test every year, he pushes some of the highest watts relative to his body weight on our endurance tests.
Yeah, I mean, he's a beast on and off the ice, right?
Jost moves in, canceled completely by Adam Larsson.
On most nights, you'll find Adam Larsson doing what he has always done, calmly and consistently prowling the Kraken's blue line.
Well, I do take a lot of pride. I just see it. If I'm healthy enough to play, I will play, and it's kind of been my mindset. Obviously you want to be there for your teammates, for your team, and the management that put you out there. And I've been lucky enough to be healthy for a long time now.
The amount of minutes he plays with Danzi out on the ice are really impressive. You have to get your body in shape, first of all, to withstand those minutes and then keep playing after that and not break down.
Every moment of Kraken hockey history, except for one.
Adam Larsson is back in the lineup after missing his first ever game in Kraken hockey history, snapping his Iron Man streak, but truly for the best of reasons. Adam and his partner Vera welcomed their first child into the world, a baby named Alba.
You know what? It felt pretty good. I mean, for different reasons. So, no, but obviously it was a special night for me and the family.
His durability has been sustained through his commitment to preparation. Off-seasons built around strength and recovery.
Well, I obviously want to improve my game every single year, and you work on it in the summer. I like maybe 4 times a week on the ice and 5 times in the gym. That's usually where I'm my sweet spot, but it's depends how the week is looking.
He has a innate feel for how his body is feeling on the ice and what type of work he needs to kind of fill in the gap. So he's very particular and prescriptive with what he's doing, to the point where he has a self-awareness to his body that I don't think many guys on our team have.
The big cat, Larsson, in alone, he scores! How about that?
Larsson's leadership reveals itself in his self-care. Taking care of his body is about taking care of his team.
I think he kind of leads in silence. He doesn't really always have the loudest voice in the room, but you can always feel his presence. And from a day-to-day basis, staying healthy and being the player he is, he just knows exactly what he needs every day. And it gives good energy and really good vibes when you're playing with him and as a teammate or as a D partner or just being around him at the rink. Taking puck after puck, Larsson says there's one more key to his Ironman run.
A little bit of luck too, I think, is a big part of it too. And where I'm at in my stage of my career, it's you want to win.
Stretch pass, Larsson, the big cat, here he comes! Yes! He scores! Hey, hey, what do you say? Adam Larsson wins it in overtime!
The Kraken's ownership group, led by Samantha Holloway, has acquired a majority stake in Climate Pledge Arena. They've launched One Roof Sports and Entertainment. The new company will oversee the Kraken, the arena, the Iceplex, and the remake of Memorial Stadium. It gives them more ammo for an NBA bid. Since the arena's been open, there's been an NBA locker room waiting in Climate Pledge. Wednesday's announcement that the NBA owners voted to explore expansion to Seattle was very welcome news.
We did it, and we didn't cut a corner. And we did it because we wanted to get to moments like this, defining moments where you could say we are ready, and we are. I represent an amazing organization. It's done amazing things, and we're not done yet.
After a long 2-week road trip, Kraken hockey returns home. On Thursday, the Kraken face the Utah Mammoth. And on Saturday, the Chicago Blackhawks come to town. The Kraken can use some home cooking down the stretch as they fight for that final playoff spot in the West. And that'll do it for this week's edition of Kraken Home Ice. Thank you for looking in. We'll see you next week.